Okay, buyers, so real quick, home inspections, what add-ons are you going to need to have with your regular home inspection? So I will put a link in the comments below to one of the home inspection companies that I recommend, and you can go to their website and see like what is included in just your general home inspection. But depending on where you're buying your home, you're going to need add-ons most of the time. And remember, all of this is just FYI for you, the buyer, so you can know what you're getting into, know what you're buying. If there are any issues with the house, you can get an estimate on how much these things are going to cost. But add-on number one could be a radon test. Radon test, they're going to put a little black box in the basement. If you have a basement, then you want to get a radon test to make sure that there aren't any toxic gases coming in through the floor of the basement. And that is going to be an additional cost, usually with the home inspection company. They will put a black box there in the basement and see if there are any radon levels. And depending on what those levels are, then they'll give you a suggestion, but they will let you know how toxic they are and the dangers if they're above a certain level. Let's see, number two, mold. Now, some companies, though, will do just a visual mold test where they're just going to look and see, okay, is there any mold that we can see? However, if you actually want them to take samples of the air quality, then that is an additional fee sometimes and additional days. So if you are strapped for days, like if you say, okay, I'm going to get all my testing done in 3 or 4 days, you better make sure that you can fit all of these add-ons within that time frame, because you might say, okay, well, I can get a home inspection, but the mold person can't come out until later. Or maybe that home inspector doesn't do the certain kind of mold test that you want, or whatever add-on that you're getting. So radon, mold. If you're on septic and you're not on public sewer, you might want to get a septic test where they have a septic tank. Usually if you're out in the country, you're going to have a septic tank. You're not plugged into public sewer. If you are plugged into public sewer, then another test that you can get is where they take and they probe through the sewer line just to make sure that there aren't any branches or anything clogging from the house to the sewer line that would be a concern to you. Let's see, another add-on that that you could possibly do. Miko's bothering me right now. And lead. If the home was built before 1978, then you're going to do lead testing. And so that's an additional fee. So all of these add up before closing. So you want to make sure that you have money set aside. Buying a home is a huge responsibility. You want to know what you're getting into before you buy it. When you do your home inspection, yeah, you're probably going to have, you know, at least 15 things on there that need to be done. They're usually minor things. But remember, unless you're buying a new home, you're buying a previously owned house. So there's going to be issues. I've never had a home inspection come back with a previously owned home where there was nothing that needed to be done. Always going to be something on there. And remember, you're not asking the seller to do the petty things on the list. You're looking for major red flags that would deter you from buying the property. That would be a major cost to you up front before you move into the property. So just things to keep in mind. Make sure you have the money set aside for your home inspection and any additional add-ons that you need to find out about before you go to closing.